Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to the Mom Van and to See Monday Mom. I've got a grocery haul and a little mini what's for dinner for you coming up, so stay tuned. Okay, you guys, if you've been here before, you know the drill, but if you haven't been here, you may not know that I have a lot of boxes to check with my grocery hauls. I am a lifetime member of Weight Watchers. I'm working the purple plan on my WW right now. My husband is also trying to watch what he eats. I have 3 young children that I'm feeding as well, and I try to feed my family as nutritious as I possibly can. We eat lots of fruits and vegetables. I try to use relatively unprocessed, kind of clean-ish ingredients in my cooking. Is everything that I'm purchasing and everything that I'm making absolutely 100% perfectly clean? No, I'm still learning. And there's still some things that, you know, we're eating or that I'm buying that aren't super awesome from that perspective, but I'm doing the best I can, and this is just the way that I want to eat, and this is the way that I want to feed my family. So I've been doing that for several months now, and it can be challenging at times, but I would really like to prove that it can be done. I had intended for this to be a pretty small grocery haul and do kind of an eat from the pantry, fridge and freezer type week, but first of all, people kept asking me for things. Rick wants raisin bread, and Ruthie wants cheese for sandwiches, and my husband wants tea, and I don't know, some other stuff that he texted me that he wants. And I saw that Sprouts is having another BOGO sale, including some items that I really like. So even though I don't need them, I might grab a couple of things that are included in that sale because they're a pretty good price right now. I also have already been to Target because Target is running a special this week on household products. It's spend $50 on household products like cleaners and laundry stuff, paper goods. Get a $15 Target gift card. Spend 50, get 15. And I typically will do that deal occasionally when it pops up. I was low on some things. I probably won't go over that in my haul. I'll just kind of insert a picture here of some of the stuff I got. I like the Method cleaners. I needed sponges, washing machine cleaner, and they had a new cleaner there that's a Target brand called Smartly. And the reviews I was reading online were pretty good. I don't think it's natural, but you know, I thought I would try it. It was very, very inexpensive, so I got some of that too. The other thing I picked up at Target was this, Iconic Protein. And I gotta be honest with you, this is the first time I have seen this in a small package. I mean, I have seen Iconic Protein around, guys, I'm not, you know, it's been around for months and months and months, and people have been talking about it. I just couldn't ever pull the trigger because it was kind of expensive, and the only way for me to get it was to order it online, and the only way for me to get it at a price I was willing to pay was to order like a case of it, and then I was like, I'll be stuck with it if I don't like it. But they had these there in the 4-pack, and there was a Target cartwheel with them for 30% off, so it came out to about $7 for this package of 4, which is actually less than the Premier Protein runs when you're buying it in a 4-pack. Now, this does not have carrageenan, and it does not have sucralose, and those are 2 things that were in the Premier Protein that I was worried were kind of causing those problems I was having. I talked about that in the video I posted on things that I've given up. These do still have some natural flavors, and they do still have sunflower oil, although it is high oleic, and this is non-GMO certified. It's also from grass-fed dairy. So we'll just see. I don't drink these a lot. I don't want to depend on them for nutrition, but I am working out more now than I used to. I'm working out 5 times a week, plus I'm still getting my regular day-to-day activity, and I'm fairly active. And so sometimes just having like an iced latte with one of those, it's a really great way for me to get 20 grams protein in me after a long workout or run. But I'm gonna head into Sprouts, and then I'll get everything home and I'll show you what I got. Here's my Sprouts haul, you guys. Lots of produce. They had some good produce sales going on, but unfortunately they were out of stock of a few things that I wanted to get, and that's okay. And I also decided not to get as many of the BOGO items as I had planned to initially. I just started to look at packages or think, is this really something I need, or if they were out of it. So anyway, these are organic potatoes. These were on sale for $2.98 a bag. Organic, these are Fuji apples. They were on sale for about $1.50 a pound, which is great. Bananas, I know this is a lot of bananas, but y'all, we go through bananas so fast that they don't even have time to get ripe enough for me to save them for like muffins or any other like smoothies or anything. They never get ripe. So I keep buying a bunch of them thinking there'll be some left over. I can use them for other things, but they get eaten. Organic peppers were finally on sale, sweet peppers. They only had the yellow ones left, but that's okay. I like those, and I'm going to try to make stuffed peppers this week. A red onion, not a red onion, a yellow onion. Some asparagus, grapes. These are organic. They're green. And some cuties, another bag of those. Some garlic, some avocados. My husband requested these. This was a request from my son. He really wanted raisin bread, and Dave's is a really good quality bread. You guys know I love Siggy's. I also have plain whole milk yogurt I have been eating. You'll probably see that in a what I eat in a day pretty soon, but these are great if I'm on the go, and they don't have as much added sugar. Very few ingredients. I like those. You guys know how I feel about this stuff. Good culture. I almost bought 2. My husband has discovered it too, so it won't last long. This was a splurge for myself. I've been wanting to try nutritional yeast. I don't know, but everybody I know who's tried it really likes it. So I don't know. I'm going to maybe sprinkle some on my veggies today and see how I feel about that. Supposedly it's kind of like Parmesan. I don't know. We'll see. My daughter requested sliced cheese for sandwiches. So I actually got this sliced in the deli, and they were able to slice it a little thinner than it normally comes in the package. So it'll go a little bit farther. This is just a Boar's Head Colby. This was another splurge for myself. This obviously has been around everywhere, you know, the last couple of years, and I just have never tried it. And this is your erythritol sweetened, also with monk fruit instead of with stevia. So I'm going to see if I like this. Like, I don't use very much sweeteners anymore, but I just thought I would try it. I've wanted to for a long time, so I just bought the small thing. Some turkey for sandwiches. And then this was all part of the BOGO, and again, I didn't do as many as I thought. These were requests from my husband. These were requests from my husband. I still have tea, but he wanted to take some to work, and I needed to make sure it was the caffeine-free one, so I got these 2 for him. And these are perfect bars. They were BOGO, and there's also a rebate in the Ibotta app, which if you've never used Ibotta, I'll see if I have a referral code. I think I do, and I'll link it in the description box if you want to sign up for it. I typically will earn, you know, enough in rebates that by the time the end of the year rolls around, I cash it out and I can use it for one of my teacher bonuses. I give the teachers of my kids a bonus. But anyway, these are the full-size bars, and they're not the kids' size bars that I featured in my video. So I would have to cut these in half if I wanted them to be the same portion. So maybe my son and I would share these, but he loves these. And they were buy one, get one, plus the rebate in Ibotta made them really, really a good deal. I also got him 2 Lara bars. He really likes the apple pie kind. And I don't eat these on WW because they're kind of high in points. I think they're like 6 or 7 points, maybe more per bar, because it's basically dehydrated fruit and nuts. But these are a really clean bar, and he likes them. So the other thing I picked up was the organic creamy peanut butter. These were buy one, get one. I did not get the salted kind. I normally do, but I didn't because I've been adding salt to my peanut butter anyway. But these are good for like the next 6 months. They're sealed. They have like a little plastic seal underneath this. So I use a lot of organic peanut butter nowadays, and this made them like $2.50 a tub, which is really good for that. So that is my little Sprouts haul, and this, along with the other stuff we have on hand, believe it or not, guys, will get it my family through at probably the next 10 days or so of eating. So stay tuned, and I'll show you what we're having for dinner this week. Hey, you guys, tonight I am making stuffed peppers. I have never made stuffed peppers before, so we'll see if I can make it happen. But I am just gonna brown some ground beef. I've got some brown rice cooking on the stove right here. I'm gonna chop up a little onion and garlic, and I'm gonna add to the ground beef the onion and garlic and some tomato sauce, and then the rice, I'm gonna throw in a little beans and corn, some seasonings. I'll probably do like, you know, some chili powder, some oregano, kind of make it like a Mexican style, and then just I guess put all of that into the pepper and then put it in the oven for a little while and top it with cheese. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do tonight. I'll leave a recipe linked in the description box that I used as kind of like a starting point, but I'm adding a lot of different stuff and kind of adjusting some of the quantities and stuff like that. But that might give you an idea if you were wanting to make stuffed peppers for the first time. So fingers crossed, hopefully this works out. Okay, so I'm getting ready to get dinner going tonight, but I just wanted to give you a report on the stuffed peppers. Everybody agreed that the peppers were good and the stuffing was good, but that it was a little inconvenient to eat them that way. I basically ended up having to slice everybody's peppers up. That's always been kind of my hang up with doing stuffed peppers, is I feel like I would rather just make the stuffing like as a casserole and then serve the peppers sliced and sauteed on the side. So that's probably what I would do moving forward. Tonight, I'm going to make an orzo recipe. I got some of this whole wheat orzo in my Sprouts haul from a couple weeks ago. This is a brand that I really like from Sprouts. It's the only place I've seen whole wheat orzo. I'm sure it exists elsewhere, but it's where I've seen it. And I'm making a recipe from or whatever you do. I'll leave it linked in the description box below, called Swedish meatball orzo. It looks a little kind of like a stroganoff recipe. I am reducing the ground beef from 1.5 pounds to 1 pound, and I don't have any sour cream, so I'm gonna sub Greek yogurt. It is not fat-free, it is whole milk Greek yogurt. I hope that that will suffice since I don't have sour cream. But other than that, I'm just gonna make it as is. So I'll let you know what it looks like when it's all plated up. I'll probably just serve that with some steam in the bag veggies. It's one of those nights when I've got to make multiple trips out to get kids to and from activities. So I always have to, I don't know, just kind of finesse something here in the middle time. I know a lot of the stuff I show you guys is crock pot meals or soups or one pan meals, but that's just the season of life that we're in. You know, I gotta have stuff that comes together fast. I like to cook, so I would not mind being in the kitchen for an hour or an hour and a half each night, making something that looks beautiful and plates perfectly for a really good looking thumbnail, but that's just not what's feasible right now. You know, I've got to have fast, I've got to have it ready, you know, when we walk in the door, or it comes together quickly. So that's why you see a lot of crock pot and one pan meals. And this is another one of those one pan meals. Hey you guys, it's Friday and I have done a very poor job of vlogging dinner this week. Last night we had baked potatoes, and before I started filming this week's meals, I started on Monday. So on Sunday I had made a pork roast in the crock pot. And I have done a video before about how I make my pork roast and then some ideas for how to use the leftovers. So I'll just leave that linked up here if you're interested in going and watching that. But we had leftover pork roast and a couple of other leftovers from the week. And then I just threw some potatoes in the oven. And Thursdays are one of those days when we're out of the house in the evenings until later. And we just need something really quick and easy. So that's what we had last night. Tonight it is Friday and we just ordered some pizzas. I've done this before. I've shown you guys on my What's for Dinner videos that I feel like we're just kind of a typical family. And, you know, sometimes we eat out, sometimes we order out, sometimes we bring something home. So we just ordered some pizzas tonight. It's a really easy Friday night. And that's what we're having for dinner tonight. Hey, you guys, it's Saturday and I'm kind of changing the plan. I had planned to do like a Zuppa Toscana, like a potato soup type thing, but it was 71 degrees today, or I think it was actually even higher than that, maybe 75. And so we decided to grill. The kids actually went down to a neighbor's house and roasted hot dogs and marshmallows and stuff for dinner. I've got some asparagus going on the stove here, so that's what I'm sitting here doing. And I ran down to the store and grabbed just a couple of salmon fillets, and my husband is grilling those. And I just made some potato foil packets. I just sliced up some potatoes, a little bit of olive oil, some seasoning. You threw those onto the grill, and then I've got some asparagus going here. So we're just gonna have salmon and veggies for dinner, and that's what's for dinner tonight. Hey you guys, it's Sunday and I'm just walking in the door from work. It's Sunday night, around 5:30. So I've got to get something going for dinner. Fortunately, I think I have, I know I have some ground beef that's already cooked that is in the freezer. And I think I have all the ingredients I need for just a really quick like pasta dish. So I'm gonna check that out and I'll get back to you and let you know what we do. So what I have going on the stove here is just a really simple pasta recipe that I found from bakeatmidnight.com. Just perused Pinterest for something I would have all the ingredients for. And I'll leave that linked in the description box below. I had 8 ounces of cooked ground beef in the freezer, so I pulled that out, threw that in the pan with about 1/4 of a diced onion and a few cloves of garlic. And then I added some salt and pepper, some red pepper flake, and some Worcestershire and a little bit of tomato paste. And now I am just stirring in 8 ounces of dry pasta and about 2.5 cups of chicken broth. And I am going to pop the lid on that, bring it to a boil, and then just let it simmer until the pasta's done. And then I'm probably gonna stir in about 1 cup of mozzarella cheese, and hopefully that will be just really simple, easy peasy dinner for this Sunday night that everybody will like. Okay, you guys, sorry you've got the washer and the dryer going in the background per the usual. It is Monday night again, so starting the week over, and I am making Zuppa Toscana. I had planned to make this last week, and then we had nice weather, so we grilled instead. And this is from, I've made this before, it's from the website cafedelights.com, and I will leave the recipe link in the description box below. But you should know that I use chicken sausage, which I get at Sprouts, that they make from chicken thighs, instead of regular Italian sausage. I left the bacon out and I left the olive oil out because I think that's just for sauteing the onions and the garlic, and I just threw that in with the sausage while I was browning it. And I didn't have any white wine. I mean, I have some, but I didn't want to open a fresh bottle just for half a cup. So I subbed apple cider vinegar. I read online that you could do that. So I used about a quarter cup of apple cider vinegar instead of the wine. So that's it for substitutions. I'm pretty much making it the way that it says. I'm making it on the stove, not in the crock pot. Yay me, look, cooking on the stove. And I will tell you that I am still using half and half. And that is something that, you know, I've started to do really in the last year. I used to think working WW that I had to take out all of the ingredients that had any points and find a way to make it as low points as possible. But just making a few substitutions, that chicken sausage, leaving out the bacon, letting the onions and garlic saute in with the meat, that's enough to lower the points for me. And so I'm still gonna use the half and half that it calls for, and it comes out to just 4 smart points per bowl for me on the purple plan. It would probably be, you know, 6 points or so on the green or the blue plan, depending on how many potatoes you use, because that would be the only thing in there that you would need to count points for on those plans. So for me, it's worth it to keep the higher fat dairy in it, because I think it just gives it a much better flavor. So that's what we're having for dinner tonight. Yummy. Hey, you guys, just coming on here to wrap this up. It's Tuesday night, and we're just kind of having an eat from the fridge type night. I made the kids some quesadillas with some just chicken and turkey and cheese and tortillas that I wanted to use up, and they're finding some veggies and fruit, yogurt and stuff to put on their plates, and I'm just having a bowl of cereal, and that's going to be that. I didn't want to do a big grocery trip this week because we're getting ready to be gone to go see grandparents for a few days, so that's what I have for you guys this time. Hopefully there's something helpful or at least entertaining in there, and I'll check in with you guys again very soon. Bye.